on to a highly successful event last year to celebrate International Women's Day. The Parish Council this year has supported the making of this testimonial video entitled Women Talking Faith and Forging Change. This video is an interesting insight into how ordinary women look at faith and its meaning for them in today's world. Women's lives have always been busy, and today even more so, with juggling parenting, career, grandparenting, mental and physical health, social justice, education, and environmental concerns. How does faith support these women? How does it develop their mission? And how does it lead to change? Women also talk about the need to rethink what we've taken for granted and to look at leadership and participation in the People's Church.
Hello, my name is Tina Bambrick. I'm from Dublin originally, and we moved into the Kilquade area over 20 years ago. And currently I'm a member of the Parish Pastoral Council. In celebration of International Women's Day, I'd like to share with you my thoughts about my own faith. Faith. What a simple word faith is, but it's very profound. My preparation for this little video has led me on a soul-searching journey. The Bible defines faith as the belief in what we cannot see or clearly understand. Faith in God is not a feeling, but a choice. And my choice is to believe in God. I believe He is all around us. I only have to look at the wonders of nature to feel the presence of God. I don't understand evil or the abuse of power. Some people argue, if there is a God, why do we have so much sadness in our world in the form of sickness, devastating earthquakes and war? I don't have the answers to these questions, but it certainly is a challenge to my faith to understand. I know that in the world today there is so much anxiety and that people face so many challenges. As I said earlier, faith for me in God is not a feeling, but a choice. And because of my faith in God, I benefit from feeling safe and secure. We all need to feel a sense of security and belonging. We need to identify and feel part of a family or tribe. For me, parish life is an extension of my family, or you could call it my tribe. My hope for the future of faith is to reach out to others and to nurture that sense of belonging. We are all so very different and individual. We should respect and accept each other's differences and try to move forward with kindness and compassion. We all need to put ourselves out there to develop an interactive community. If we can succeed in this, I believe our faith in God will flourish and develop.
My name's Laura Cudahy, Irish by birth, living in the parish of Holy Rosary, and have been involved in various ministries and various parish committees since I moved to Greystones 40 years ago. In terms of trying to understand what faith is to me, I really don't have a clearly defined answer, but it is what's helped me through the bad times and equally the good times over the years. It's what brings me to community worship, and it gives me some personal time, whether that be the daily prayers said on the beach in the mornings or recited during the rhythms of Mass or sacraments with a faith community around me. In terms of challenges to faith, well, there's the usual that are verbalised very well by those who question how one can belong to and practice in the Catholic Church. Personally, I can let those mostly valid arguments go by me. I do accept most of them, but being inherently selfish, I don't try to engage too much in counter-arguments and thereby drag myself down into negative space. I am challenged by the fact that as priests decline, this vision of the future of a people's church, what that may look like. But bigger thinkers than me will explain it in simple terms, and hopefully, like everything else, I will grow accustomed to it. In terms of the positive outcomes of change, I'm slowly learning to recognise that faith exists in myriad forms, that there are inherently good people around me who give of their personal resources to those who are in need, whatever those needs may be. Changes for the better in our parish would have to include the technology that allows people to come together, although not in a physical sense. The offer of a cup of tea and hospitality after Mass is a really positive move. Seeing the huge contribution that our international parishioners make, sharing their culture with us and moving us into the global community of faith, which is far more representative of the society in reality that we live in.
My name is Jean Kelly and I'm part of the Soup Day in Greystones, which is run on the last Wednesday of the month. We enjoy doing it. My sisters and myself started up over 10 years ago, and now with the help of Annette, our PRO, Annette Carney, who does a wonderful job for us. We look forward to it every month and we look forward to seeing everybody attend.
I enjoy doing it. It brings everybody from all different parts of the parish to the hall. All the different churches come and different people, and many say it's their big meal of the day and they love it and they look forward to it, mainly because they can come on their own. They don't have to come with anybody else, and they all can find somewhere to sit at the table and somebody will talk to them. So it's very social.
Well, I'm with since the beginning with all other lovely people, and some of them have gone to heaven. But anyway, I enjoy coming and doing it because we do it for charity, like, you know what I mean? And it's lovely to see people every month coming for the few months of the year.
Yeah, and I'm the other sister, the younger one, and they encourage me to come along and do this, and I really enjoy it. And you know, you meet such lovely people, and I think it's great because what we take in, we give back into our parish, you know, and it's a very good cause. Thank you.
3. I'm Eilish, and I'm a mother and I'm a grandmother, and I feel that faith has played a massive part in my life because I've reared my 4 children, and I felt that, you know, I could always rely on prayer, and I get this very strong faith from my grandmother, my mother of course, and my father, and my aunties were all very religious, and I truly believe in the afterlife, and I truly believe that if you pray to Our Lady and pray to God, that our prayers will be answered. And we try to be a good Christian and put the practices that I learned from my parents, and the religion was handed on to them, they handed it on to me, and please God, my children are perfectly fine. They're on their own journey and they will find their own truth and that deep faith that I have.
My name is Kathleen Kelleher. I grew up in Boston, Massachusetts, and I came to Ireland in 1969. That means that this year I'll be 53 years in Ireland and 50 years here in Greystones, County Wicklow. Before I say too much about faith, or my faith, I should probably say a few words about where my faith came from. My mother's parents came from Ireland, and when I went to school, I was in parochial school in Boston for some years, And then I went to a diocesan parochial secondary school, and our sense of faith was very strong in both those places. We learned very early on that the basis of our religion are the 2 commandments of Jesus: love God and love thy neighbor as thyself. And the concept of the early church has formed the basis for my faith. In the old days, the Jewish people would see the Christians going about their daily work, and they would say, look at the Christians and see how they care for one another. And in my life, that's what I've tried to do, is to take that very basic Christian attitude of charity and love for one another into whatever I do. The challenges for us today are to keep that very basic foundation of Christian faith alive. It's not easy, and it takes a lot of work, but looking forward, that's what we should aim to be doing. We forge ahead by taking the very basic precepts that Jesus Christ taught us: love God and love our neighbor as we love ourselves.
So we've been talking here about what matters to us about being women in the church today, and as part of the folk group, what matters to me is to be part of the community, and we come each week to the same Mass, so we get to know the same faces, and indeed we can support each other and members of the community that we know. We can be with them, rejoice with them when they have things to celebrate, and we can empathise with them on their losses. So it makes me feel part of the community. What about you, Mary?
Well, my name is Mary. I'm one of the longest members in the group. I'm here over 43 years. I enjoy coming down to folk group on Sunday mornings. I'm one of these people, I'm not very good with organised prayer. So the words in the hymns that we sing are my form of prayer. I also like the camaraderie in the group, and I just enjoy Sunday mornings for those reasons.
Well, Mary, I'm the opposite because I'm the newest member of the group. I'm a mom of 4. Initially, I was kind of just looking for some time for myself and my love of music. So I had new people in the group, and they welcomed me with open arms. But in fact, something that came about that was a little bit of a surprise was, I suppose, the reigniting of my faith as well, and really enjoying putting some time aside, because it's such a busy life at home, putting time aside to pray and to reconnect with God. And it's been a bit of a surprise, and a lovely surprise, so I've really enjoyed that, but also being part of the community and this group. So
I love the feeling of belonging, even though I'm only one. But add up all those ones and we end up a formidable family, and I love that. Thank you. My name is Josie.
Oh, look, Josie. Well, I'm Jo, and when I thought about it and peeled back all the layers, I realised that the important thing for me is prayer. That when I need prayer, I can come down to the group and say, will you pray for me? And sometimes I say the reason, sometimes I don't, but we share that as a group, and it's lovely to know that your prayer is multiplied by 20, 25, and it gives us a great sense of support. And then on a Sunday, prayers for our world, for peace, for all the countries that are in turmoil. We pray, and we pray as a community, and that is so important for me.
Hello everyone, my name is Mila. I'm from India, a place called Goa. I am living in Ireland for last 28 years, married and 2 kids. I am a Eucharistic minister in Greystones and Kilquade Church, and also a choir minister. Faith gives me an inner strength and belief that I can achieve anything through the power of God. The power of faith has brought me where I am today. The main challenge that I have had with my faith in God is from an emotional aspect of going through pain and struggle, making me question my belief. I would like to give you an example that I have when it comes to forging change. In a positive way is the development and growth of my son, Oscar. In his early years, we were told that Oscar would never be able to walk again. Only through family's faith and belief and interest in God has he has been on his 2 feet again, walking and running and doing everything possible in his life. And yeah, this is my little few words to you, and thank you for listening, and God bless. Bye.
I believe there was never a better time to be as a woman in the Catholic Church than it is right now. The synodal process, the diocesan Building Hope consultations made it obvious that there is a unanimous call for increased visibility and audibility of the femininity in the Catholic Church. And it is so empowering to see it happening not just far away in Vatican, but right here, right now in our parishes. My name is Natalia Szczeglewska, born in Poland, reborn in Ireland. I joined the faith community of Greystones and Kilquade in July 2019, and I got so inspired by everything what I witnessed in our churches that already in October 2021 I gave up my comfy, cozy, secure corporate job and became a part of the parish team as a sacramental program coordinator. Wow, it is incredible what I witness in our churches every day. Women embracing that newness in the Catholic Church and bringing themselves on board, their energy, their time, their dedication, skills and talents that nobody else has. Women embracing the praying ministry, worship team, sacramental coordination, leadership team, and the fruits, they are at hand. We are involved in Sundays, everything, Rua Masses, family Masses. We are a part of many projects within that church. No pope, no document, no encyclic, no priest can change our presence in the faith community. It's in how we bring ourselves to Jesus' table, how we recognize the skills and talents that we want to share with our faith community. And it is also in how we respond to women leadership in churches, how we recognize and value and honor the voice of other women in our faith community. I have all the faith that the change we are forging right now in Greystones and Kilquade will become a significant event in the history of the Catholic Church.
As we finish this testimonial, it's important to know that faith is very personal. While it's not about me, but about the relationship we have with God and where we want to go on our journey in life, it is still unfolding and will never be complete. We want everything to be okay, and that is the hope that we need to keep going. Faith is our journey, not our destination. My name is Evelyn, and I have had the pleasure to work with all these women in talking faith and forging change. Thank you.